Welcome back to Rocky River 4x4. It's been a few months since we put out a video, and my 3 subscribers I know have been eagerly waiting for my return, and so back by unpopular demand, we're here. And you can see behind me, I got the Land Rover hood open, and we're going to be tackling the cooling system, which is, like I said in the previous video, one of the 5 things that are plaguing either my Land Rover specifically or Land Rovers in general. So let's get into it, shall we? Alrighty guys, here we are in the engine bay. So the issue that plagues these Land Rovers is they overheat, and there's a few things that we either have done or are going to do to these to make it cool down. One of the things is you can see right here that it's kind of like a weird T, and down here, this and this both feed into the thermostat housing and then go back into the motor or engine. What's happening is this is getting 2 in and 1 out. And so the way this whole system works is a little acidine, to say the least. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this T. We're going to upgrade the thermostat to not only a lower temperature opening thermostat, but also change the oil to a heavier duty oil. And we're going to put in a new essentially monitor for the system, both the engine, electronics, cooling, all of it. And it's real simple, guys, and I'm gonna put a link on all this stuff in the description so you can install it or you can find it, buy it, install it yourself. Let's get on over to the parts. Alrighty guys, so the first thing we're gonna be talking about with this project is the new inline thermostat and T eliminator. They both come in the same packaging, or same packaging, same package. You don't have to buy 2 different things. That comes from Extinct Motorsport Engineering, and they send you this sticker, of course, and this one. They're not sponsoring this video. Maybe, hopefully one day they'll be a sponsor, but I am going to be linking their website so you guys can go over there and purchase this for yourselves. So we went with the 180 degree because we need this thermostat to open sooner, because we need to stay 200 degrees Fahrenheit sub, I guess you would say, so below 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you could go lower, but you need to start getting into tuning your vehicle, because it's going to run terrible if you start getting too much. Unless you change certain things, there's essentially parameters you can reach. But if you start getting outside those parameters, then you're gonna have to start adjusting a lot of things when it comes to engine. So just go with the 180. Don't try to, get fancy with it, unless you know. But if you knew, then you wouldn't be watching this video in the first place, right? So I upgraded to the silicone gasket, and then it comes with these 2. And the reason why I went with it's for one, I got it because it's reusable, but also these stick out past the actual housing, and I just don't like the way it looks, honestly. And I guess you could trim it, but why deal with that when you can get this? Now, we will come back to this when we talk about its assembly. But another thing we did was we took I got Chevron 1540 oil. Now Chevron 1540 oil is my preferred, but you can go with any 1540 oil. A lot of people like the Shell Rotel. It's all shooter's preference. I just go with Chevron because the company I work for is a provider of Chevron, and I've noticed when you compare what the oil is made out of and the additives and stuff like that, it seems like the Chevron has more of what I'm looking for. So like I said, I'm not saying go with them, but from my knowledge, it's better for my application. Another thing we will be talking about is the Ultraguage 2 that essentially is going to be monitoring our engine. It's, you know, it's fully customizable on what you want on what screen and stuff like that, and we'll show you, and I'll go through a little bit of how to get it started and set up and stuff like that. There's plenty of videos on the internet, but we're going to talk about a few key points that you might can't find or might want to get into. So going back to the inline thermostat slash tea remover is when you have the silicone gasket, when you install it, it can be like this, where you see how, well, actually that's backwards. It could be like this inside the middle of it, or you can have it where it's like this. It does not affect anything. Even on their website, it says either one is acceptable for how you install it. So just beware of that, guys. Also, make sure you pay attention to where the spring is directed towards, because if you flip this over, it's not gonna work right. Also, do not use these on top of the gaskets already. Do not do this. Too many gaskets, it's gonna leak, it's gonna cause a mess. So just use one or the other. And like I said, guys, I bought this one, I think it was like 11 bucks added to the order. So it's definitely worth it. It's definitely easier to mess with. It's reusable. It looks cleaner, and yeah, it's, but like I said, shooter's preference. So we're gonna assemble this, and then we are going to go over to Land Rover and show you how to disassemble it to where you can get this installed, blase blase. Alrighty guys, so we're gonna be combining this real quick. I feel like I should show you, because in case there's any confusion. So you can see that you have these two parts of the housing. One is an angle and one is straight out. You want the spring to be towards the angle portion. Like I said before, it doesn't matter if it sits on top or if it's underneath on the gasket. I'm just going to do it on top because I have it oriented that way. Now also remember that you want this, if this is the a sensor kit you can get that they sell, and you can have it, it's not 100% necessary. Like I said, we got the Ultraguage, so we're not going to really need that, but if you don't get the Ultraguage, this would help purchasing this. But if you do have it, make sure it's oriented. It would actually be like this once you get in the truck, because it's going to sit like that, and you want that port up, because if not, it's going to be down and it's going to be a pain in the ass to install. So once you have all of that together, of course, put your bolts in. Now remember your orientation of your vehicle, and when if you're installing this like not in front of your vehicle, because you're going to want these bolts to be whichever way you think it's easier, because I have different tools than you, or you have different, you might have more than me. So it might be easier to rotate the bolts the other way. So we're just going to loosely install this so that it at least holds together. And there you go. And if we're looking, if like this is the engine, it's gonna sit like this towards you, okay? So this is where it comes from the pump. This is where it goes to the radiator, okay? And I'll show you all this once we actually, start disassembling stuff and all that mess. But I will go ahead and talk about it now. You want these tight. Now you can over torque them and snap the bolt itself, but I was trying to find a torque spec, so if anybody finds a torque spec, please comment in the comment section, but I couldn't find one. So we're just gonna tighten to feel, and then if we install it, we're going to go ahead and run the truck and see if there's any leaks, and if there's leaks, we'll tighten a little bit more, but it should be installed. I should have, when I assembled this, I assembled it correctly, so it shouldn't be where the gasket's kind of wonky or anything like that, or you know, the thermostat's not seating properly. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty guys, so the few things we need to do is essentially remove this shroud, uninstall the T, uninstall the old housing, and essentially put this in, and oops, forgot one thing, give me a second. Don't look at all this mess and dirtiness. Ignore this part of the video. This is a figment of your imagination. And then we are going to install this into this hose, and then the one coming from the block. So essentially this hose right here is now going to be eliminated, and we'll just be using these hoses, that hose, and the one that you can't see from this angle, but it's below the thermostat housing right there. So pretty simple. There is this one, this plastic, and then there's one below that will help us access the bottom of it. Now, when we're going to install this first, but when we uninstall the thermostat housing, make sure you have a catch pan below, because you're about to have antifreeze in your driveway. So I will go ahead and uninstall this, at least the screws. Now let's see what size they are. Boop, boop, beep, bop. Ignore this part of the video because we can't edit, so we have to do it all one sitting. Ignore me. Ignore me. Okay, here we go. All right, now pay attention. So this screw, there is, oh, there's not one. I guess the original owners decided that they're gonna do a screw delete. That's cool. I hope that doesn't affect anything. Should probably get a replacement, but not today. Satan, not today. And then continue to ignore this because, you know, this is my work truck and it is super duper dirty. And I'm looking for something I don't think I have. Nope, don't have it. Oh well, okay. So we'll just put this in our fancy little shirt pocket, and then we are going to, this is not like clipped in, it's just kind of sits in it, so we're just going to pull this out. I'll try to at least. And make sure guys you do this without the truck ever being ran, because these hoses will be hot, everything will be hot, and also the hoses will be under pressure, so they will not want to move because they'll be rigid. We're gonna set that aside. Now you can probably see a little bit better. Now I know some people don't like working from the bottom, so they will uninstall the fan or just do way too much. Now what we're gonna try to do is I have my cable snippers essentially, and I found these to work really well with this, and you'll see here why in a second. This little lip here and here actually like seats perfectly on the side, and then you could squeeze, and like I said, you're gonna get a leak, but make sure you got that catch pan underneath. I say it works really well, but then I'm sitting here struggling. There we go. Come on, come with me. Come with me. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna show you guys that I should probably be wearing gloves and not get this stuff all over me, because you know, everything nowadays gives you cancer. So wear your safety protective stuff, guys. Public service announcement, don't be a dummy like I am. The I prefer not wearing these, but I'm gonna do it for the video because that's you're supposed to promote safety, right? Isn't that what everybody likes to see? Uh-oh. What we got going on here, that is that's some grossness right there. Maybe we'll do a radiator flush too. Maybe we need to probably do a video on that too, but well, actually I probably won't do a video on that because it's not really hard to find a video on that. So but anyway guys, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna keep going through this, and I might clip this video for you guys so you're not watching this, but you understand that you have to uninstall this T and all that mess, and you will be using you'll be losing a lot of radiator fluid, so or antifreeze, whatever you want to call it. So make sure you guys buy some. Like I said before, my truck, or the company I work for, is a Chevron provider, so I'll probably be using Chevron products. They do have a wonderful big truck antifreeze that I'll be using because it doesn't break down as often, and well, like I said, it just has some additives to it that I think will work well for this old engine, so we'll be using that. Man, there we go. So we're removing this T. We're gonna throw it away because yeah, we'll never use it again, and you can tell it's already coming apart, so put it in the recycling. All right, so now we're probably going to clip the video now, and I'm gonna do a radiator flush. Like I said, guys, you can find a radiator flush video online, and we're gonna probably try to clean out some of this since we got it all disassembled. We'll probably try to get all this grime and dirt out because these are the this is the radiator, and it needs to be able to breathe, and it doesn't look like anybody's taken care of it in a while, so we're gonna do that. So see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty guys, so we got this thing disassembled to where we can reinstall everything else. I'm gonna go through it so you guys can understand all of it. We removed the old thermostat housing with the thermostat inside. I wish I could take this apart, but I can't. It comes as one set sold. And it's still good, honestly. And if you guys want it, in the comment section below, comment "I'm an idiot," and the first one to do that, I'll get in touch with you and send you get your address, and I'll send it out to you. And I'll even throw in this free hose. It's literally very selective on what you can use it for. But if you really want these, like I said, in the comment section, just write "I'm an idiot" and I'll send it out to you. Now, we have what's left is the hose coming from the top of the pump, the hose going to the block, the radiator on the bottom, and the radiator on the top. We're going to place this to connect these two, and then this goes here. And that's it, guys. It's really simple. I will show you go a little bit of an after video. And the great thing about this kit also, guys, is you don't have to buy any more hoses, hose clamps. It's all using what's already here. So I'll fast forward to that part, and we'll show you the after results. Alrighty guys, so we've already connected those two, and this is kind of just like a little bit of a tip you might run across. So you can see if I insert this into the hose like that, it's got a lot of kinkage, and then if I leave it, straighten it out, it's like that, and that hood's not going to close. So you're going to have to cut it. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of essentially install it like here, and then sit this next to it. And you can see I kind of put the hose clamp. You see there's a stopper there because it'll stop right here or wherever you cut it at. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this up with where we want to cut it, and always cut a little bit short to what you need, so that if you mess up, of course, you can still cut. You can never add on, you can always take away. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get my chainsaw here, and we're going to cut this bad boy with this chainsaw. So here we go. We're going to prime this little chainsaw up. Alrighty, let's get this chainsaw all primed up. Alrighty, we got it on run. We're gonna disengage the handle. We're gonna give this a crank a few times. It's been a few summers or winters since I've done this. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Alrighty, let's cut this bad boy. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. That would be pretty crazy though, right? No, we're just gonna grab a handsaw. We have a little baby handsaw right here. And like I said, we're just gonna kinda cut it right there. We're gonna see. I don't know if this blade's even any good. This is my great grandfather's. I'm just kidding. This is like my dad's, I think. So it was sitting around the shop. Wow, look at that clean cut. Man, I'm a professional. Alrighty, now that I'm done huffing and puffing, we're gonna see. Let me grab our little tool here. See if we get it. Oh no, it's too small. That's what she said. She being my wife, of course. R.I.P. to my confidence. Oh no. All right, well, I have been cheating and using this. So, holy cannoli ravioli. Let's get this thing on. Come on now. Let's back this baby up. Come on now. Yay. If you guys didn't know, part of my comedy of my YouTube channel is my daily struggle with both words and doing this stuff. So enjoy the frustration and or idiocracy. Let's see. Still got a little bit more to go. And now you don't want this, like I said, remember, you don't want it like too crazy. Jesus, I'm gonna puncture a hose. You don't want it too crazy to where the hose is like almost getting pulled into by the thermostat, and I'll show you why in a second. Whenever that second comes, you'll see, because here we are using the wrong tool for the job, because this is what we found in the garage. Oh my goodness. If you guys want to sponsor this video and send me proper tools, I'd really appreciate it. Holy cannoli, maybe that'll be, it's like running away from me now. So maybe it'll be, hey yo, let's go, now this works. Uh-oh, what the crap? Come on, man. Come on, go to your new home. Go to your home. There you go. Alrighty, so we see now it's still no good. It still needs a little bit of, well,
What kind of, oh, my head. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna bleed now. We'll show you guys later. I'm probably gonna, you know, pass out from blood loss due to my head being hit on the door latch. All right, let's cut a little bit more. Old granddad saw. That doesn't look good right there, so I'm gonna cut. Let the saw do the work. Yeah, we're letting the saw do the work. Because wrong tool for the right job. It's gonna be a new slogan here on Rocky River 4x4. I'm really hoping all this is recording because I haven't checked to see if the... There we go. All right. Attempt number 2. There we go. That looks somewhat right. Pure comedy gold, folks. Monkey plays with tools. Hey, there we go. Go to your home. There we go. Look at you, boy. Making moves. And guys, I was told that the inside of my head is funny, so I should, whatever I'm thinking, I should say it out loud. So that's why we're getting a lot of weird comments and encouragement for myself. There we go. Oh, that fits so well. Ooh, no, well, maybe under pressure that'll be fine. Ooh. Ooh, boy. Okay, so that's the portion of the video. So we got it all installed. Now we just need to run the fill it up, let it run for a little bit, and see if we are good to go. All right, guys. So we're in the Land Rover. Got it all connected now. We're gonna take a little trip around the neighborhood. I don't have much gas, so I don't want to like sit out here. I don't really want to buy the gas, so let me turn the AC off. We'll run with the windows down. So this test drive or whatever, we're going to essentially watch the thermometer temperature, and right now it's at 181 degrees. Yesterday when I did a test run to see what temperature I was getting, I got it up to about 108, and that was same temperature outside, running around like trying to see what essentially my base temperature before all these upgrades and stuff like that. And we will go through the Ultraguage here in a little bit once we get back to the house and stuff. So we'll see how high we will get this. Now, why it's doing better, even with the thermometer still the thermostat, even if it was just the same temperature, I think the base is 200, so it opens up at 200, but it now flows better because it doesn't have all these different, it doesn't have a T, there's like a one way in and one way out. There's not two things feeding, like I said earlier, and then one returning. And this is, we'll see if we can get to the main road here in a little bit and see if when we open her up, actually I might just go get gas and just say screw it. But right now, before, I'd be at around 190-ish. I'm saying a cool 179. I mean, this thing's might get up to you know, 180 or so, but I mean, it's staying between 170 and like mid 80s, 180s. And this all, of course, is in Fahrenheit, because for all my European friends out there, you can do the translation. So let's see if once we connect to the main road here in a little bit, see if we can get this thing to get a little speed and see if we can increase that temperature past 200. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I stay below 200, because then when I'm doing long city mileage, or, you know, I'm rough on the truck, you know, it's gonna get above or around 200, but it's not gonna get to that 220, that real like danger zone area. And also we're putting a lot of pressure on the system, so we'll check and see if we have any leaks. Now guys, I'm gonna be honest, these things are sluggish. These things are real sluggish. So let's see, we can give her a little gas and see. Yep, this is pedal to metal, guys. I hope you appreciate it. Oh, we got to 190. Slamming her down. Come to a stop now. See? She's already back to 180. I mean, she's cool. She's cool as a cucumber now. So we could tell. I mean, like you said, I didn't show you guys a video of me going around the neighborhood with it before, but I mean, it being, I don't know what it says the temperature is outside, but I think I checked, it was like 98, but it'd be 98 degrees outside, it would already be at 200 degrees, and now this thing's staying sub 200s. And I'm really pleased with the oil choice, getting a thicker oil, getting, you know, a better, and this stuff's cheap, guys. I mean, oil is expensive, of course, but like this stuff's cheap. Like these fixes that have been plaguing the Land Rover, that everybody's, oh, your thing's not gonna last long, and this, that, and the fourth. I mean, it's lasting long now. I mean, it's never gonna overheat. I mean, if it can't get above 200 degrees, then how is it gonna get to 220, 230, 240? I mean, I've had my personal cars before and trucks get up to like 250, and you know, that's overheating issues. But those were, you know, newer vehicles and stuff like that were essentially not driving crazily. We're gonna be driving this thing like a bat out of hell. I mean, so very, very pleased. I'm very pleased with all of it. I mean, it took me about, even with recording, it took me about an hour to do it all. And you know, maybe, and that's not including the flush I did, the radiator flush. With the radiator flush, I like to be real thorough. I'll run that thing until I don't see a particle in the catch pan. So I probably flushed it for about an hour, because, you know, this thing's old and probably never got a flush from the previous owner. So yeah, well, guys, this is great. I'm just for a loss of words. I'm trying to fill up the empty space, but it's wonderful. This is wonderful, guys. I'm really happy. I could never imagine getting just getting this level. You know, I thought I'd have to put a new fan in and, you know, more blades on the fan and stuff like that, but no. I mean, we're good to go. Alrighty, guys, so it's nighttime. I thought I would do this video in the nighttime because it's easier to like see the gauge and stuff like that. There's no glare from the sun. So which these are readable during the daytime. It's just when you're trying to record the screen and, you know, glare off everything, it's really hard to see everything. So you can see on mine, my truck's not running, but the gauges are all reading. But don't worry, it's only thing that's going to really read accurately is your voltage. But it's on 100 degrees in my coolant. It's on 100 degrees. My inlet air temperature, which is essentially what temperature the air is coming in at, is not 244 degrees outside. I'd be dying right now if it was 244 degrees outside. So all of these parameters in this page and every other gauge is going to read wrong. The only things that will read right are anything that's dealing with electrical system, like voltage of certain things, how many amps certain things are drawing and stuff like that. But I digress. I'm going to show you guys what kind of confused me about this, because there's not really many videos on it. So I'm not going to give you how to do this how to use every feature on the Ultragauge. I'm just going to give you essentially how to set it up, and then how to select certain things and then be done with it. So there's one button on the top, on the back side of this, and there's two buttons on this side on the back. And it is essentially menu select and then up and down on this side. And the buttons are kind of like a little difficult to press. So if you press them and they're not acknowledging what you're doing, just try to keep pressing it. I've had these before, and once they start getting a little bit of wear and tear on them, or even out of the packaging, they have a little bit of issues. So that's really the only thing I don't like about the Ultragauge, is the buttons are sometimes finicky. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and set up our first page. Now this has 7 pages, and each page has, I want to say, 8 positions. So if you really want to fill up every page with every parameter, you know, you're gonna just have to repeat these steps for each page. But we're just gonna set up our first page. So we're gonna hit menu, and then we're gonna do gauge/page menu, and then we're gonna do select gauge page, and then select gauges, and then whatever page you're working on is, of course, you'll scroll to that page. But like I said, we're only gonna do page 1. Now, this is where you're gonna start using the up and down. So for my personal setup, I have my coolant on position 1, my intake air temperature on position 2, and then keep scrolling, instant gallons per hour 3 position, miles till empty on 5 position, and then battery voltage on position 6. Now, you don't have to do these in any order. It's only realize that what certain positions on the screen get bigger display. So the position 1 and 2 are always going to be the largest, and then 3 through 8 are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So just realize that when you are doing these, to like think like, oh, what do I want to be able to quickly glance at and be able to, you know, read immediately. And for me, that's inlet temperature and coolant temperature. So we're going to go back to the beginning. And I have so many parameters because, like I said, well, I don't know if I said it before, but when I first plug this up, it scans the computer, and whatever gauges it can read, it's going to pull up all that stuff. And I think it said something like 428 gauges were readable or something like that, or parameters were readable. So different vehicles, newer / older, all these things are going to change what this is able to do. So we're going to go ahead and for an example, we're going to select the coolant temperature in Celsius. So I hit menu, and then you see that's flashing because it's asking you what position you want. Oh, there goes my light. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me close the door. And then open it back up. Oh no, the light's still not working. Oh no. Okay, well, I think you guys can see anyway. So yeah, moving on. So you'll see that I have coolant temperature in 6. So if you select, like if I selected 1, it's going to erase whatever the previous one is, and it will no longer show up. It's not going to bump it, it's going to completely erase it. So make sure when you guys are doing this that you're not selecting numbers you've already selected, because like I said, it's going to erase that off the screen. So we're going to put that in position 6, hit menu again, and then you just go back. And then there you go. You see, engine temperature in Celsius is 38 degrees Celsius. So that's what you do, guys. It's very simple. And if you guys have any questions or any, issues with yours, you can reach out to me in the comment section. But that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be pumping out more videos. I think we're going to be possibly tackling the suspension lift on the next video, so I'm excited to do that and finally get this thing up in the air and be able to have a less bumpier of a ride. So like always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.